Hi, so this video we're going to be covering cleaning up these lobe elements here. So again, we're going to start by introducing a new group, and we're going to call it lobe cleanup. And the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to start with a 2D contouring operation, and we're going to grab this outline here, and using the 8mm ball nose that we currently have selected, we are going to grab that, and we're going to set the bottom level to -4 to account for the 4mm hemisphere. Sorry, the 8mm hemisphere at the end of the tool. So there's a clean overlap there. And for the top level, we're going to set this to, I think it's 20. Yep, 20 would be the correct height. So we are now going to make sure that we've got all the correct offsets, which we don't at the moment. So I've just gone and set that to compensated, and it's already on the correct side. And I'm now going to generate the toolpath. Now, ideally, I'd like this to be a helical toolpath, so let's quickly adjust that now. And if we regenerate that, we can see how it works its way down. That's great. So we're going to go back to simulation. We're going to simulate up to the current operation, and we are going to run the operation just to make sure that we're happy with the results that we're getting. So let's speed this up a tiny bit. And we can see we're cutting away a lot of the material that we don't need there, which is fine. We've sped through that a little bit. And to verify compare, we now have nice clean green faces there. So that's what we're after. So we're going to go back into the machining environment, and again under transformations, multiply toolpath, A-axis, 180, leave it at 2, and regenerate. Now, all told, I'm happy with that, so I'm going to let that whiz through there, and it should flip over and do the same. Looks good to me. And more to the point, due to the fact that we've got that slight overlap at the base, we've got a nice clean cut through there, so that's all good. So the next operation we want to take a look at is cleaning up these curved faces of the lobes. So we will define another 2D contouring job, and we're going to reorient the part to 90 degrees, and we're going to select this curve here, which should give us a nice clean sweep around the part that we need. And again, we want to define it as compensated, and we need to make sure that it's compensated in the correct direction, which is outwards, which is what we've got here. We are now going to set the bottom level and the top level. So if we go to the front there, we define, so the bottom level there is 10. We want to go 4 below, so we'll set that as 6. And the top level is currently a bit higher. 20 would be a good bet. And we want it to be helical. And I think that's probably good to go. So we'll generate a toolpath there. That looks good to me. We'll very quickly simulate it. And we can see there that it's now sweeping round and over each time. We actually want it to go a little bit lower because we've still got a small spur there. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to set the bottom level to 0 just to be absolutely certain. And we'll regenerate that. Sorry, the view's not great there, I do apologise. And we will resimulate with the current setup as is, so we can see if this little spur here fades out completely or not. which it should do. So we'll speed that up a touch. And we can see now there's no spur sticking out there. Verify compare, that looks good. A little bit of yellow there, but it's not really a critical component in that regard. Let's say down by down by a couple of hundredths of a millimetre is not the end of the world in this regard. So we are now going to go back to machining, and again, transformations, multiply a 180 2, and we're going to generate that toolpath. Now, that's all good. What we are going to do next is we're now going to clean up this little bit of scruffiness going on here. And to do so, we are going to add a fresh contouring operation with a different tool this time. We are going to swap over to the 2mm ball nose that we have set up here. I'm going to select that tool, and we're going to use this contour here, which should give us a nice clean trim down there. So we're going to grab that curve, and we are going to set the bottom level as this face here, which should give us a pretty perfect rendition of it. I want to set the top level to, let's go with 24 just to be safe. And yeah, you know what? Let's go with helical machining just in case. I don't think we really need it in this instance. No, so at the moment that's still set too high, so I'm going to set that at 24 and regenerate. Now, as we can see, the compensation's off in this regard, so we are going to reset the compensation, and it's currently in the wrong direction, so I'm going to swap it here. Okay, and we'll regenerate that toolpath, and that should give us a nice clean pass. We'll check it in the simulation just to be certain. So we'll zoom in there a little bit more, and we'll slow this down and we'll run just so we can position our camera properly. If we speed up a touch, there you go. Looks like we've got a nice clean pass where we need it to be. Click on verify compare, that's now nice and green. That's what we wanted to see. So again, we can very much rinse and repeat with the transformations operation. Set that to A, set that to 180, press return, and we can regenerate the toolpath. Now that's the lobe cleanup operations done, so I shall see you in the next video.